Hi, I'm Elizabeth Gearhart with Fireside. I'm here with the Britt Peckham with Swave Engage. She is helping nonprofits get what they need. Hi, Britt.
Hey Elizabeth, how are you?
Good. So tell me how you're so successful with these nonprofits you're working with.
Well, Elizabeth, I have been in and exploring the nonprofit space ever since college in 2016, 2017. And I've been in the marketing space since high school, starting at Culver's. I did local marketing for them. And with my experience, all of the projects that I had done, nonprofit was what kept pulling me and where I felt the most fulfilled and warmth and the people I worked with. It was just an amazing experience every single time. And in college, for example, my first project as a marketer with nonprofits was a scavenger hunt that brought people from all over the community together. And the proceeds went to the American Family Children's Hospital. And that was a really great experience. After college, I had a couple different projects working with different nonprofits like the River Food Pantry, the Boys and Girls Clubs, Big Brother, Big Sisters, Sustain Dane, a lot of different nonprofits. So I really got a good gauge of what is out there. And one thing I realized is I love learning about these different missions. And I love being able to impact my community and other communities in the best way I know how, which is through digital marketing and engaging communities. And I grew up in an era or a time where social media was just coming to be. And now I'm able to stay up to date with the trends and continue to learn and apply it so that these nonprofits are getting the best reach that they can to engage their communities.
That's excellent. So you social media is a huge tool for you for this engagement. So you're engaging volunteers, donors, everybody, right?
Hence, yep, holistic engagement. When you holistically engage your community, you're filling all those buckets. But it really is important to engage people in volunteering. And one thing I've noticed in nonprofit is word of mouth, and that referral from a friend or family is going to go be way further than someone just seeing an image out of the blue. So if we can engage people by physically getting them to talking to people within the nonprofit, being involved in the nonprofit, then it just continues to expand from there.
Right. And looking at your website, it says that you use strategy, branding, video and photo, websites, social media, email marketing, donor incentive, SEO. You have the whole package.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're fulfilling a lot of different areas, and the reason for that is we're working with a lot of different nonprofits that have a lot of different needs, and I've had a lot of experiences, so I have a pretty full understanding of each of these marketing areas. But by building a team, I'm able to have people that specialize in different areas, and that way the quality of the product and the results will be that much greater.
So nonprofits, as you and I were discussing before, were very much event based before quarantine. What you're doing is so much more important. You said you started before quarantine, but so much more important now.
It's just as important as it was before. The only difference is that the pandemic has shown people in the nonprofit world how important it is. And even when we go from the pandemic to maybe a little bit more towards what we were at, I think that the digital aspects are going to stick because, for example, social media, there's billions of people on these platforms. And if you're not taking a bite of that pie and fulfilling that space, then you're missing out on an opportunity. And once we get back into that realm, we're not trying to get rid of in-person events. There's a lot of value and merit to that as well, but we want them to complement each other. And I realized moving into this space right now, I was like, wow, this is a great time to be involved in this space because we can't do those in-person events. We are having to adjust and do things more online. And having someone that's really familiar with the space that can help them do that and reach their fullest potential is something that is valuable right now.
Absolutely. So, as you know, I really like video. And one of the reasons I started Fireside was because I had friends and business associates too who were saying, well, everybody says you need video in 2019 was when I started this, late 2019. But
Mhm.
I don't really know what to do with it. And so I see that you do photo and videos for the nonprofits. So why do they need it and where do you put it for them?
Yeah, video and photo are so important. Marketing comes down to storytelling and telling everybody about your story, and that's what pulls on the heartstrings, and that's what people gets people involved. And video is the best way to do that, I believe, because you can get the people who are in charge, the people who are benefiting from the nonprofit services right there on video to tell their story, and that's what's going to get people involved. And then figuring out what channels to distribute that on, it really has to do with their target audience. It has to do with what channels they're engaging with, what type of content they're engaging with, really honing in on what that audience wants. And then also realizing that your audience for membership might be a different audience than those who are going to share your story. So targeting the right audience is also going to be key.
Absolutely. And when you talked about using social media and knowing how to use it, just to, like people your age just know how to use it, knowing how to use it and how to maximize the benefits from that. It's gotten so much easier in the last few years to post video to social media. And but there's tricks to it, right? So how long the video is, how you capture people's attention, which social media you put it on, etc. So you know how to do all that.
Yes, yes. That is something that we make sure that we know how to do, and something that we've known how to do from our experiences for quite some time. But it does change in the way that the platforms interact with its users changes, and they have gotten better with video just because it is so important. And in regards to that, a couple tips is keep your video shorter, between 1 to 2 minutes, and you'll keep people engaged, people's attention spans, or actually just their time in general. They don't have time to sit down and watch a 5, 10, 15-minute video. And then hashtags are really important. I really like to go the organic route, but what the platforms have been seeing is that paid advertisement can really go a long way. And something I learned recently is to do unpaid, unpaid, paid. And that way the platforms can pick up on, okay, they're relevant, they're getting engagement, and we should boost them more than if you just did paid, 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 or unpaid, 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 unpaid. So there's a little bit of a balance there as well.
Well, and there's an example of how you're keeping up with the times because that kind of stuff changes all the time. And as soon as people figure it out, then they change it,
Right.
right?
And
Yeah.
another really fun thing now is SEO is booming, and you can really figure out what your audiences are going to engage with just by searching what your audiences are searching and those keywords, so that you make sure you implement those in your posts and you use them in your hashtags and you use what they're engaging with in your own content. And then every nonprofit is different, so some of it is trial and error as well, and figuring out, okay, that works, let's try this again in a little bit different way. Does it work again? Cool, now we have an idea of what our audience really likes. Let's keep going that direction.
Right. And to do that yourself, as some startups do, is so time consuming. And you have to be able to understand how to view the analytics and what they mean. And you have to be able to make these changes and these tweaks and do different. So the upshot is you really do need to hire a company like yours to do it for you as a nonprofit, but I think that the return will be there, right?
Yes, the return will be there. I promise, with consistency and good quality creative and understanding of your audience, that you will see that return. The money will be worth it. So yeah, absolutely. And we realize that there are people within these organizations that are focusing on marketing, that have the expertise, and we just want to be there to help them. We know that nonprofits wear a lot of different hats, a lot of the people in these nonprofits, and we want to take this part off of your shoulders, or some of it off of your shoulders. It could be just creating content for you. It could be strategy and content. It's really catered to the nonprofit's needs.
That is excellent. Is there anything else that people need to know about what you're doing?
I don't think so, other than we are always open to feedback, and we are continuously learning and getting closer with our clients so that we can better serve them. And so even a conversation just to see where the nonprofit is at, and that there might be possibility down the road to work together. We love to just dive in and get to know your nonprofit and see where there might be some gaps that we can fill. And if now is not the right time, that's okay. But we are always here.
So you're based in Wisconsin, but are you working with people around the country?
Yes.
Okay.
We work with people around the country. Right now, the video and photo part is harder to do with people outside of Wisconsin. Not saying that that's not going to change, but as of now, it might be a matter of in-house video and photo, or video, and photo, and we can then take that and put it into our editing software, whatever needs be, and we make it work that way. Another fun fact that I haven't mentioned before when we were talking, Elizabeth, is my boyfriend and I are renovating an RV, and we will be traveling the country. So if you're a nonprofit and we're passing through your state, I'd love to meet with you. And that is a fun adventure that we're going to be doing, and I'm going to be working remote from.
Well, that does sound like fun. My daughter wants to do that. She's a nurse. She wants to be a traveling nurse in a year. So
Good option.
I think that's kind of a popular thing these days, right?
It is. Yeah, we have one life, so might as well experience what we want to experience and see the world. It's a good time to do it.
Excellent, and help people along the way. That's very cool. I hope you're gonna. Well, I know you're gonna like document this on Instagram or somewhere, right? At
Yeah.
least
Yeah,
Instagram.
of course. Yeah, we'll have a YouTube channel, and I mean, I'm doing marketing for my personal accounts, for Swave Engage, and then for the RV adventure, and so working the marketing angle here and there and everywhere. So always getting new experiences. It's great.
Well, let me know if you hit New Jersey.
Okay, I will do that. I have to look at our list. It's kind of long, like 30 states, but I think we might make it more of like 1 month trips instead of 1 to 2 weeks at a time. So
Wow.
still in the works.
Great. Excellent. So it's Swave Engage, and nonprofits can find you at your website, right?
Exactly. Swave, SWAVE, engage.com.
Excellent.